Hello everyone, this is the tutorial for how to make a 12 by 18 document using PowerPoint. If you're looking for the tutorial about how to make a 12 by 18 document using the the Gaphe, then that's a different link, so look for that link instead of this one. Um, I'll say first off that I am not necessarily a fan of using PowerPoint, so I might make some mistakes and I do apologize for that. Um, so yeah, so if you're more comfortable in PowerPoint, feel free to use this. And my idea for this is to make a comparison chart for two pieces of artwork, so that's what you'll see me making. Although certainly it is completely up to you what you would like to make this poster for. Maybe it's for class rules, or maybe it's for like a poster of something important in your content area, or maybe it's something that the kids need to interact with, like a talking to the text piece or something. But that's what I'm going to be using it for today. So the first thing you need to do after you open PowerPoint is to change the size of the background. This background seems to be like maybe 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11 or something like that. It's really meant for a slide more than for printing at this point, so we need to change that. Go to File, and then Page Setup. Here you'll see it's 7.5 by 10, which is such a weird size, but I'm going to make it 18 by 12. 18 first because I am going to make mine landscape. If you wanted to make a portrait, you just have to click that button. You'll see it actually flip these two backwards. So make it whatever size you want, or whatever direction you want. This is gonna pop up, and it's just saying that it's not going to print. It doesn't know that we're going to print it on bigger paper, so you can kind of disregard that hint fix. So I need to delete these because they don't have anything to do with what I'm doing. So I'm going to the edge of those little boxes, clicking on them to highlight them, and then hitting the delete button. So the first two things that I'm going to do are insert some pictures that I downloaded for the purpose of this activity. So I'm clicking on picture here, and I'm going to insert picture, and I'm going to select them one by one. There's no way to select both of them, which is one of the complaints that I have about using PowerPoint rather than using the Google Apps for Education, Gaphe. Once I've selected them and once I've put them into the document, I'm going to try to make them closer to the same size, so that way I can have the kids write next to them what they think about the pieces. So I'm actually resizing them now. An old trick that you might not know is if you hold down Shift and then go to the corner handle here and then drag, it'll keep the aspect ratio of your image the same while you are changing the size of it. So once I have these images roughly where I want them, I'm going to give the document a title. So I'm going to go to text box up here, and I'm going to drag a text box along the top. And I need to be able to edit the size and the font of my title here. So I'm actually going to have to go to View, go to Formatting Palette, because it's not automatically showing up. Yours might have, but mine did not. I'm going to select a bigger size font, so maybe, I don't know, like 54, I don't know, kind of random size, in my opinion. And change the font to something that's a little bit more legible, like Arial Black. And I actually want it to be in the center too, so under alignment, I'm going to select this. We'll say, meaning with, oop, it's not even typing. So, oop, terrible. I don't know why this is doing this. I told you that I hated PowerPoint. There it is, okay. What do I want to title this? I want to title this Meaning Within Art. And maybe I'll just say War. Because these two images are about war, so I would probably give some backstory about these two images before we actually started the activity. But at least I have a title up there. It's a nice snappy title. And then I want to give these two images little caption. So this one is called, actually I'll put that in italic, Guernica by Pablo Picasso. And then this one, text box. Again, I want it to be the side. I think it was, you chose 24 for this. This one is called On the Way to the Trenches by Christopher Novidson. And it didn't fit, so I'm just going to drag this a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. That looks terrible in terms of graphic design, but I'm not really that worried about it for this particular thing. And then maybe put some boxes under here. So I'm going to go to Shape and Rectangles. And I'm going to drag a box right here. Well, except that didn't work, huh? Rectangle. There's one. I'm going to change the background and the color of those things so that I want them to be a clear box. So I'm going to change the background color to white. And I don't want the color of the line around it to be white, so I want that to be black. So we should have a nice box right there. And we're just going to copy it by hitting Command C and then Command V to paste it. I'm going to put this one over here. And I really don't like the way that those look next to each other, so I am going to move this one down, highlighting it, just hitting the down arrow right now to move it down. And so what I'll do is I'll have the students, write inside these boxes, like maybe I'll say, I want you to, come up with ways that you can tell that these pieces are about war or something like that, or, what are some things that you like about it, even something simpler than that. I'm not planning on doing this actually with our students, so it doesn't really matter. The fact that maybe it's not age appropriate or things like that. It's just a for instance. And then maybe down here I'll have this box for like some sort of conclusion. Maybe I say I want you to tell me which one do you think is most effective in what is the word I'm looking for? Expressing the meaning of war using art or something like that, as a way to cite evidence within the piece, but then also to make their own conclusion. And if I really wanted to make it specific so that it always was the same thing, I could put a text document here. You say evidence of effective portrayal of war or something like that. So once you have your document and for whatever purpose you have it, then you have it set up and then you go File, Print, and then within this document you'll see that it has a similar but slightly different setup for the printer dialog box. So as long as you have the Konica printer selected and you have selected your preset of this poster mode 12 by 18 that we made before, it should be good, although let's go through and double check. So it looks like we're having one copy, it's just the one page. Already though, I'm kind of seeing that this doesn't look like a 12 by 18 piece of paper, so something's a little bit off here. So I'm going to go through these and figure out where it is that the page size is wrong. So it looks like maybe page handling. See, it's suggesting 8.5 by 11, so that's problematic. So maybe it is here. No? Let's go back to the very beginning. Page setup. That's probably where it is. Yes. Options. Here it is. Okay. So underneath, let's go back. So once you go to, there it is. So File, Print, look at this. And if it seems like it's not set up properly, you need to go to Page Setup. And then once this comes up, you want to go to Options, and you want to go to Paper Size. Paper size should be 12 by 18. And you say OK. And you say OK. And now you'll see that it is printing properly in the same sort of setup that I had in my actual document. So once you hit print, it should be able to go to the workroom and put the paper in the paper tray, and then just go through the follow me printing to find your document and make sure that it comes out properly. All right, good luck, guys. Thank you.